All right, Grand Rising coming to you this morning. Uh, y'all forgive me that I haven't forgotten, and I got it ready, and I'm gonna get them on this weekend for sure. Uh, about the black family, uh, I do want to just kind of go over that. Like I say, I did it once on my other podcast, but like I say, I learned a lot myself. Uh, just doing my research on the black family and some real good stuff. Like I say, I'm gonna talk about that past, present, and future, and I know it's going to be 2 videos, may possibly be 3 videos. I appreciate everybody um, that is liking the channel. Appreciate everybody that has subscribed to the channel. Like I say, I'm really ready to get this thing up in numbers where I can really interact with the people live. That's really where I'm hoping to get sooner or later. But until then, I'm gonna keep dropping videos. And today, I just wanted to jump on here and, like I say, if you are appreciating the content, like, subscribe, share. Um, Also, my Facebook page, Mel Siri Jr. Um, you can follow me there as well. Um, Not really too active on that particular page. About all I do on it is every now and then I will drop a video on that page as well. Um, Also, there's a Panther chat page that you can follow on Facebook as well. And I was talking to we had a small conference call the other day, me and a couple of the comrades, and we're trying to get everything lined up where we can get the BAMN channel up and going. Like I say, that's going to be really like the parent company of everybody that comes in, because we'll also, as opposed um, to having our just separate channels, we'll also be dropping content there. And also, once that particular channel um, gets enough likes and shares and subscribes and all that jazz here on YouTube, we plan to have some panel discussions where we actually interact with the people, and have 4 or 5, 6 of us on the panel just discussing issues and discussing solutions and other topics as well. I think you guys are going to like it. Like I say, this is Panther Party, um, and we really are just trying to keep the Black Panther Party's momentum going. 10-point plan, uh, working together, community working together, uh, brothers working together, sisters working together, building together, growing together. And you all know from watching my videos, that's what I got a passion for. Other than poetry, my children and my fiance, you know, those are my passions. Uh, my family as a whole. Uh, I just, like I say, want to see us doing so much better than what we're doing. I'm just tired of watching us struggle and beg. I'm so tired of watching us struggle and beg, and that's what we do. We struggle, beg, and hope. Hope that things change. And you know, like I said in prior videos, nothing's going to change until we change it. Um, which really is leading into what I want to talk about. I'm not really I'm just gonna kind of speak from the heart and probably spit a fact here or there, but I really want us to do better. America is reaping what it has sown. I mean, I want y'all to really think about what you're seeing. Your eyes are not playing tricks on you. Think about what you're seeing every day in real time, every day in real life. And things are worsening as opposed to getting better. And you know, I had a guy ask me once, why do I think that America is so violent? And I sat for a minute, but it wasn't really, the answer to that question, you know, is America is violent. And we all know that. And I told him, and it was a white guy. Uh, I said a country built on violence is going to that's part of the fabric of what built America. It's thirst for violence, and not only is thirst for violence, it's perpetration of violence. The Europeans pretty much had conflict with everybody that they came in contact with by their own doing. Everybody that the Europeans came in contact with, and we know history, they sought to conquer. They never had sought to integrate and get along. Everything that they have done has been done in a selfish manner. You know, they come into a country that is inhabited, but they want it, so they had the power, the weaponry to take it. And that is how they are in the position that they are in now. Because they don't mind perpetrating violence. And America right now is reaping what it has sown. Not only what it has sown, what it has shown. Because it has shown the world that they don't mind killing a few people for control. And then we wonder why America as a society is as violent as it is. I mean, we just celebrated a holiday that evolved around war. It evolved around death of men, women, and children. 4th of July, and I don't celebrate 4th of July. I don't have any red, white, and blue outfits in my closet because I'm say this. I want y'all to understand. I don't say things to try to escalate. I just say things to try to make you elevate. Because that's what we're failing to do right now. We're the world's best thinkers. The world's best creators. The world's best athletes. We're the world's best everything. And that's not by accident. And in this world that we live in, we have always been the bottom feeders, classified as the bottom feeders. Um, and we're just so much more. Everything that they have gained by force. Everything we have gained by knowledge. And that's why I always say we all have a key right here and right here. Because it's all about your mind and your heart. Your heart has to be in the right place. Your mind has to be on the right thought process. And what I really don't understand is how we celebrate the 4th of July every year. I, for one, like I was saying, I don't celebrate the 4th of July. No red, white, blue, nothing. It's another holiday, evolving from violence, like Thanksgiving. Another one of their holidays that evolved around violence. You just think about it. The Indians, which some of us are indigenous to this country, not all of us who are melanated, came over here on boats. I follow a young brother, and I was telling y'all the other day, Dane Calloway, and I mean, I've always felt that way because my great grandmother was an Indian. Mama Steen, Ernestine Carr, rest her soul. But, you know, there have been so many illusions that America has created. So many. But, like I say, their main go-to is violence. And now we're seeing and being victim of it. Just over the holidays, what happens? 3 mass shootings. One of them not far from where I stay, just west of Dallas, Fort Worth. About maybe a 30-minute, 45-minute drive, just depending on where you're going. But, you know, violence. It's America's answer. So what do you think that the people that reside in a country built on violence is going to resort to answer questions, to solve problems? And I mean, shoot, just over the last few weeks, I mean, we get a young man shot for ringing a doorbell looking for his brother. We get a young lady killed, murdered in front of her son for going to, you know, I'm sure she wanted to know what happened with her son. She threw a roller skate at him. She threw iPad at him and broke it. So yeah, she went to inquire about, why are you doing this to my children? Long story short, we all know, and you know, rest in peace to AJ Owens as well. America's so violent, you know, and in the midst of all this, nobody is concerned. And I'll tell you, like, you know, like when you have a baby, you nourish that baby. You know, you feed him, you clean him, you teach him how you want him to behave. You know, you raise the baby up in a proper way. You know, any child that we have, we go through those steps and we go through those processes in order for that baby to grow up and be productive. But what America has done in its birth is everything the wrong way. It has never nourished its people. Yeah, and I'm saying this about America, at least, especially when it comes to us. And I'm gonna say this too, and like I used to, and like I say quite often, poor white people. I'm not trying to talk about you. I'm not trying to down you, but a lot of you all are being placed in a position of poverty now because of this no good government system that we all suffer under. I'm not even going to say thrive, we suffer under this government. So all I'm saying is get on board and start rowing the boat in the same direction. Don't let color stop you from doing the right thing. That's anybody. Because just like I say, it's really about classism. Think about what you're seeing now. It's about rich and poor. And there's always got to be a servant class in this society. America has always been based on a servant class as well. Because some people are not going to get their hands dirty. Some people are not going to hammer the nail. Some people are not going to paint the walls. Some people are not going to pave the roads. They want to sit back and watch everybody else do it. America. This is America. That's why it is now reaping what it has sown. And they're in a rush to get this AI in here, this AI technology, so that they can remove and replace workers. And what does that do? It removes and replaces you and me. No jobs. That's why I say you have to think business minded. We have to start thinking business minded. America calls everybody else what they are. Check out America trying to condemn China, the Chinese people, for crimes against humanity about what they're doing to the Taiwanese people. But all in the same breath, America has no room to talk. And I'm so glad right now that Africa is shining a light on America and its bigotry and its willingness to threaten and threaten people into their agenda, this homosexuality. America, the real bully of the world. America, the same America that killed Gaddafi, because Gaddafi was no bigger of a threat to the world than they were, but they erased him because he was equal in power. They convinced him to put his arms down, convinced his men to put their arms down and remove weaponry. And what did America do after he did that? Went right over there and murdered him. And then they told you and I it was because he was a threat to the world. Somewhat like they did with Saddam Hussein and the facade of weapons of mass destruction. But you know, they got rid of Gaddafi because Gaddafi was working with the African nations to start their own currency. And it actually already, I believe, started circulating in a few places. And then they were going to be able to back their money with their own natural resources and minerals, which is diamonds, gold, oil, all the lithium, and all the things that things that you need to make the cell phones. All that stuff is in Africa, and that's why everybody's thirsty for Africa. America's money is backed with oil. That's why they went and bombed Saddam Hussein, so that they could get control of that oil. Bush, y'all president, y'all's ex-president, It's the only reason he started that war. It's the reason they crashed them planes into the building. You will never again in history see 5 hijacked planes in America. Never before in history. And that doesn't happen without some help. America, the great facade. And that is why they're reaping what they're sowing. America, what they have sown and what they have shown. America, the real bully. See, American currency the dollar, American dollar is not worth the paper it is printed on. See, and that's why they fight so hard to keep against the green movement. Because America's money is backed by oil. And if people start going green, oh my, America's dollar is going to plummet. Do y'all understand that? And that's why I say it's important for us to start working together, start separating ourselves and building our own so that we can have, because what's going to happen when this government don't have it? And if this government don't have it to give you, well, what are you going to do then? And if you ain't working together as a people, you ain't going to have nothing as a people. It's going to affect all of us. Because we're going to still be dependent on a government that has nothing. And this government has nothing at this very moment. Just a few weeks back, they were scrambling to, pass legislation and to raise the debt ceiling. So that can happen again. In a matter, all it would take is one economic incident. And the way these banks are dropping right now, are y'all really paying attention to what's going on? America is in decline. All good things must come to an end. And I say that very loosely because America ain't never been good and America ain't never been great. America is reaping what it has sown and what it has shown. Like I say, just over the holidays, all these mass shootings. And what does this country do? This Congress and Senate and all of that, all these assemblymen are in the bed with the NRA. They're being paid to not put into place legislative laws that will affect gun rules, gun laws. They're being paid. Yeah, they're being paid. So they don't care about these children dying. They don't care about the people that are dying out here on these streets. There has been over 340, I think it was 44. This was day before yesterday. This was a couple of days ago. There's been 344 mass shootings, and I'm almost positive that number has changed already. And the mass shooting is classified as 3 or more people, I believe. But that's, neither here nor there. That is America. It's 365 days in a year. There's already almost been as many mass shootings in 6 months and a few days than there are days in the year. And that's disturbing. But when you live in a Satan-ran country like America that was built on violence, what is it that you expect to be different? And when you have a government that will spend billions of dollars to support another country, to fight a country that they don't like, because that's what this is all about, the Ukraine. And see, that's always sticking their nose in somebody else's business. America. That's America. It's reaping what it has sown and shown. And what I was going to say about Africa, I'm glad that Africa is not taking that blood money. And then they don't want that money because the American dollar is depreciating. That's why I don't understand people who are out here just money driven. And especially with this American dollar, because before long you're going to have a million pieces, all these millionaires and trillion and billion, they're going to have all that money that ain't going to be worth nothing. Just going to have millions and trillions of pieces of paper worthless. Because America is not on the incline. America has been on the decline. Look at how it allows black people, us, to continue to die in the streets. America don't care about death. Hell, America went to war against itself for control and power. See, that's their thing. That's what drives them. Money, greed, and control. That's what drives them. Greed. I got to have all of it. And how can you have it all and still want more? America, the greediest country on the face of the earth. Like I say, start wars, stick their nose in wars that they have really no stake in. But I can guarantee you there's something valuable in the mix. That's the only reason that America gets involved, is when there's a bottom line, back end payoff, something for them to gain. But look at all the billions of dollars that they have sent to Ukraine to support a war that they really, like I say, have no dog in the fight. But being that it's against Russia, they don't want Russia to crush Ukraine, because Russia is one of America's many enemies. But I'm glad that the Africans are not going along with the agenda. I'm so glad, and I'm glad that they're speaking out about this country and its satanic ways. Because this country, if you ain't seen it, if you don't see it by now, this country is purely the devil's playing ground. His front yard, backyard, garage, all that. That's what America is. Satanic, Satan's home. Yeah, America has been the perpetuators of some of the most evil things ever done, and then have the audacity to point fingers at other countries for doing the same thing that they've done. Some of these countries are not even doing any worse than America has done. But America chooses to try to chastise them and keep them in line. But in the meanwhile, they do what they want to do. See, this is the madness that has to stop. This is what is senseless to me, that we don't pay attention to that. We're not upset about that. We're not up in arms about that. And then, what do we get? They can send all this money to Ukraine, but what has this country done for its people in the last year besides made times harder? This country needs to regulate a whole lot of things, and it could, but it doesn't, because it doesn't mind killing people, because that's this government's whole agenda. I don't care what administration is in that White House. The end game is to depopulate. So they allow the killing. They don't mind. Yeah, they don't mind. They will actually make things and tell you it's going to help you, but it'll kill you. They want a jab on everybody. Don't do the jab. If you ain't done the jab, don't do the jab. This is America. This is the same country that had someone not had a conscience would have kept on doing what they were doing with the syphilis experiments. See, we forget. Have we forgot where we at? Have we forgotten where we're at? And people was lining up to get that jab. Oh yeah, I got to get this jab. Got to get this jab, you know. Got to have that. No, you don't. Look here. I haven't had a cold in 10 years. Knock on wood. Yeah, 10 years. I mean, when the weather changes over the wintertime, my sinuses bother me more in the wintertime, and yeah, but as far as just the cold, when I'm just sick and coughing and laid up for 3-4 days, no. So I'm not taking no jab. I was a truck driver out on the road during the whole time things were shut down. I was still out there on the road delivering stuff here and there and everywhere. No COVID, no nothing. Jab ain't for everybody. The jab is to get rid of people. Yeah, don't take that jab, y'all. Don't let them jab y'all. Better bob and weave that jab. Yeah, bob and weave, duck, all of that. This is America. Not to be trusted. This is the same America that took the thieving, greedy side of America. The same America that took DNA from Henrietta Lacks and kept it on the hush. Because no, they're not going to give that family none of that money, but they're going to use that and still using it to this very day. See, that's what we're dealing with here. That's why I don't understand our continuous participation in a system that is totally satanic and demonic. From, I don't care what it is, anything that's up under this American bill, all these corporations, all these organizations, yeah, are attached. Even the churches that you go through have a 501c3, and that's why you're not getting the truth out these churches either. Because if you are preaching the truth, either they're gonna eliminate you or they'll take your 501c3 and you won't be tax exempt anymore. And that's why these preachers preach money instead of saving your soul. Just think about that. Most of these prophet preachers ain't preaching about saving your soul. They ain't preaching about what's going on in this world today. They talking about sowing seeds. Got ATMs in their churches, in some of these churches now. So you can't use that excuse about, oh, I forgot to get me some money. Oh, we got one out front. Church. That's these churches. And what do they do for the communities that they are in? What do these churches do? They just like America. Just like America. These churches. Anything that is attached to this system, you will know it because it'll be money driven. All these corporations, all of that. All these churches, money driven. Ain't worried about your soul. Ain't worried about where you go when you die. Hell, this country will kill you. And then this country puts stress and pressure on its citizens unnecessarily. Like I say, this country could regulate a lot of things, insurance being one of them. How much it's ridiculous how much insurance costs, car insurance now. I got my one pickup truck on insurance, $265 a month for insurance. And I ain't had a wreck in forever. So that's just money I'm pouring into this system. And that should be regulated. There's no reason for car insurance to be $200, almost $300 a month. $300 a month, that's like a third of some people's rent. But this system wants you to pay insurance, and then if you don't get it, you're penalized. They force you to get it. What this country does. It forces you. It's what this country has always done. It's always in these elite white racist minds. It's about greed, how much I can get, and control. I need them people doing what I need them to do. They need to behave, and that's their mindset. That slave master mentality. It ain't went nowhere. This is America. It was built on slavery. A country built on slavery that won't even acknowledge it. Tries to hide that. And I'm going to say this. I don't care about any other race of people and what they went through. Ain't no other race of people suffered the way we suffered. And still suffering. Because they ain't out here killing them fake news. Yeah, them synagogue of Satan folks. They ain't out here killing them in mass like they killing us. So I'm not worried about the synagogue of Satan. They gonna get what's coming to them though. Just like America. Oh, America has a day of reckoning. You don't get to live your life and in an unrighteous way and do what you want to do and mistreat people, not ever love and show empathy and compassion or concern for anyone. Oh yeah, you're not gonna always be up here. What goes up must come down. I don't care what it is. And it might stay up a minute, but it's going to eventually come back down. That's anything and anybody. And right now, America is crumbling. And that's why I say we need to separate ourselves mentally first. We got to separate ourselves from the thought process that America is a good place. And people I know people gonna have something to say, but I'm about telling the truth on this platform. That's what this platform is. I'm another one of them truth tellers, one of them truth spitters. And I don't care what they come at with me, because the truth is what's gonna set us free. And if we keep on living the lie, if we keep living this American lie, we're going to suffer the same fate as America. That's why we got to separate our minds first. When we separate the mind from the concept that this is a good place, maybe we can start making some good places for us. And we have the capability to do it. We can separate ourselves and put our own intellect and talent to work for us. This is America. America is not going to ever pay no reparations. America is not going to ever give us an equal opportunity, because they have saw us take nothing and turn it into everything that we needed. And they wonder how we did that. How do we do that? Because we can. Because it's naturally, instinctively, and spiritually within us. That's how we do it. Now, just think, if all of us individually with this power that we possess bring that power together. Like I said the other day, yeah, individually is fine. But boy, together, we got power. Together, we can move things. Together, we can build what we need. Look at what our ancestors did under the pressure of America. Look at all the thriving black cities that black Americans, we were able to build under the pressure of the American knee, thumb, and whip, and bullet, and any other threat that they came at us with. We still progress. We still managed to thrive. When they would take and change laws to make things more difficult for us, that's okay. We just changed and did things different and in a way that worked for us. We need to look at some of the things that our ancestors did in the past and appreciate that. And not only appreciate it, bring it back into action. Put it back to work. It worked for them. Damn, you don't think it'll work for us? Look at how prosperous we were segregated as opposed to being integrated. Damn America. We ain't never needed America. America has always needed us. Let that sink in. Because we ain't never needed these people. This country has always needed us, and this country ain't never appreciated us. So, it is reaping what it has sown and what it has shown. And there comes a time in this fight when you have to fight. Plain and simple. You can't keep ducking and dodging what's coming at you. There comes a time when you got to stand up and you got to fight. You got to protect yourself. You got to defend what's yours. Because if not, America will take it. Right now, I think it's in South Carolina, there's a company that's trying to take this 93-year-old black woman's land. This is in South Carolina right now. Just like they used to do when they would raid and run through our black communities like Rosewood, Elaine, Slocum, Tulsa. You know, just take what they want and claim it as their own. And to this very day, those families that took that land, those people, those generations are still on that land that they took. America ain't nothing but a taking place, and they trying to take this lady's land. 93-year-old black woman, grandmother, probably great-grandmother, probably maybe even great-great-grandmother, so that this corporation can put up some kind of something that's not going to be beneficial to us, something for them people. It ain't never nothing for us. But it's always something for somebody that look like them, that more resembles them. Ukrainians more resemble them. They getting billions of dollars. They getting SSI. Google it. They getting SSI checks. That this government is allowing them Ukrainians to come over here and get SSI checks. Because see, that helps boost their numbers, because they look like them and got the same ideology. Ukrainians don't care for us either. Kafors, as they call us. But Uh, just something to think about. Like I say, I just wanted to really get on here and talk from the heart because I want us to wake up and understand and see that America does not care about us. It definitely cares about the country and the land because it wants to keep possession of the land, but it don't give a damn about the people that are in the land. And that really, it should be crystal clear by now. For everybody that is here present in this time right now, it should be crystal clear that America don't give a damn about nothing. And you got a whole bunch of politicians that are so narcissistic and self-centered. They just trying to get what they can get out of it. They just trying to fatten their pockets, trying to grease their palms. Even if it's not what's best for the people as a whole, and they don't do nothing. And I argue with anybody that says this country does what's best for its citizens, because that's some bullshit. And if you believe that, yeah, you on some more shit. And I didn't mean to curse, but yeah, that's just so far from the truth. Such a fallacy. Yeah, like I said, I just want us to wake up and think. You know, pay attention to what this country's doing. Pay attention to how it's moving. And we don't. We really don't, you know. And they keep us distracted with all this other entertainment bullshit that don't matter, that don't change our condition, that keeps us in the same spot we've been in forever. And I'm, for one, I don't want to see my children continue to go through this. My granddaughter, my grandchildren grow up and have to deal with this. Their children having to still deal with this. It's time to fix it. I mean, you're not going to invest in anything and just let it go down the drain. You're not going to spend $1,000 on a refrigerator or a washer and dryer just to set it in the garage or just to set it in the kitchen. You're going to plug it in and put it to work. You're going to plug it in and wash and dry some clothes. So that's what we need to do right now. We need to plug in. We need to plug into one another because it's time to work. We're not going to work if we don't get plugged in. And we better start getting plugged in to what's right. Because we failing ourselves. What we doing ain't hurting nobody but ourselves. Our unwillingness to work with each other, it ain't hurting nobody but us. The way we out here in these streets killing each other, that ain't hurting nobody but us. The way we hate and despise and are envious of each other, that ain't hurting nobody but us. The dumb shit we do don't hurt nobody but us. So think about that. Let that be the reason that you do something different. Let that be the reason that you strive more for real change collectively. Yeah, not just for yourself. It's time for us to put down these petty ass differences that we keep allowing to separate us and do what's best for us for a change. Do what's best for us. Because America is reaping what it has sown and what it has shown. Don't get caught up in their mess. It's time for us to actually, excuse me, I had a call coming in. It's time for us to actually do our own thing. We ain't new to this. It's time for us to get true to this. And true to self. True to each other. Love one another. Care for one another. Protect one another. Alright, that's all I had. That's all I had. Appreciate y'all listening. If you made it through the whole 50 minutes, I didn't mean to go this long. I was only intending on about 30 minutes. But when you're speaking from the heart and when your spirit is in tune, you want everybody to be on that level. You want everybody to be in tune. You want everybody working together to create that flow that we need. That flow. That's what we need. That's all we need. All we need is each other. Let me throw it in there. We need each other. That's it. That is it. That's it. All the people that want to do the right thing, we need each other. And we need to get together and start doing the right thing. It's that simple. We need to get together and start doing what's right for us. It's just that simple. Just that simple. So, that's another challenge. Let's start doing some challenges that's going to benefit us. Let's start doing some challenges that's going to change some things. So, there's another one. We got to start loving each other. We ain't got no allies out here, y'all. So, we got to start doing for each other what needs to be done. And I'm going to leave it there. Like I was saying, if y'all made it through the whole video, I appreciate it. I love y'all. I love my people. I'm comfortable around my people. I want us to be comfortable around one another. Because, we all we got. We all we need. We are all we need. So, you're liking the messages, smash up them likes, share, subscribe. I appreciate it. Like I say, I want to, this video will be on this audio, actually. The audio part be on tonight, activatemedia.org. Shout out to my brother Patrick Wilson once again. So, like I say, just think about what I've said. I appreciate all of you who watch. I appreciate all of you who like, subscribe. I love y'all. I love my people. I got love for me, so I got to love y'all too. You my brother. You my sister. And we need each other. With that being said, like I always say in closing, let's plan, organize, and unify. Because we all have a key. Right here. Right here. I'm out. Love y'all. Peace. Power. Love.